All right. So again, we run different IT trainings ranging from project management to software testing to business analysis, Scrum Master, product owner, DevOps engineer, IT support analyst, and for sure, the reason why we are here today, manual and software automation testing. Please, if you are not talking, please kindly mute yourself. If you are not talking, please kindly mute yourself. I'm going to be calling on everyone at the end of the session to ask the questions, and there will be an opportunity for you to talk then. So please, for the time being, if I can ask everyone to mute themselves. So, all right. So the reason why we are here today is because of software testing, which comprises of both manual testing and automation testing. So since the company has been going strong for the last 4 years, and over the last 4 years, especially after COVID, the IT industry has been buzzing. Many people want to transition to IT just because of the flexibility that it offers, and also the opportunity to be able to work remotely as well. And I think it's the only line, of course, you don't have to go back to uni to study. You can get on any master class, for 3 months, 4 months, as long as they are ready to, the company is ready to walk the walk with you. 1 second, still no. All right, so yeah, since after COVID, it's been buzzing. It doesn't matter where you live, whether you live in Nigeria, you live in Zimbabwe, South Africa, UK, you can be able to get a remote job. But before you can be able to get a remote job, you need to acquire the right skill, you need to acquire the right knowledge for you to be able to do that. Mr. Joseph, are you there now?
Yeah, I think it's the other phone I was using is misbehaving.
All right, let me give you the platform now. So I'm going to pause now because he wants to travel. He's one of my ex students who has got a double testimony. So I want him to share his testimony before he starts his travel. So over to you, Mr. Joseph.
All right, thank you very much. Can everyone hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you. We can.
Okay. So my name is Joseph Atta. Started this software testing journey some few years ago with manual testing. I did training somewhere. I think some of you may know that. I did manual testing, got a role 2 weeks after that training. And after about 2.5, 3 years in that role, I resigned to set up my accounting firm. And then about last year, I joined Mr. Akin's training for automation training, specifically for automation. And I was determined, I was telling my colleagues then that, look, by March, April this year, that was last year, I'm going to get a job. So during the training, like myself, I wasn't, I wish I was more serious than I was, but by the mercy of God and that determination that, yes, I can do it. Immediately after the training, in fact, during the first training, I didn't attend well, and so Akin gave me opportunity to attend another session free. So after that session, a week or two after then, I got a role, and the role was £45,000 per annum then. So in fact, everybody around me then, I just want to tell you, it's a confident thing. Be very confident, and have this I can do mindset that I can do it. So even though it all seemed that it was impossible, but I told myself I can do it. And so I got the job. It's in an intelligence company, work with some very sensitive departments in the country. I was on 45. After a year, they gave me increment of 6,000 and some, so I became on 41. After a year and some months, I updated my CV. For all the years, I've not written the ISTQB Foundation exam. But the new manager in that place said, no, Joseph, you have to pass this exam. So with that, I wrote the ISTQB exam and passed it and added that to my CV. So I started getting calls just like that. Are you in the market? Because I've updated my CV with the current role and some other things. Then just lately, one recruiter just contacted me that, are you happy to take a role? I said, the only role I'm interested in is a role that is remote. I don't want to be going to, because the office are going, I go to the office 4 times in a week, and only one day in the week I work from home, which I don't like. He said, yeah, this role is only one day you go to the office. The 4 days you are happy. I said, I'll try that. And it's a managerial role, so it's a QA manager. I say, yeah, I can do attitude. I will do it. I can do it. So like a joke, I attended the first session. In fact, the first interview, I told them I'll be working, so I'll do it on my break time. They say yes. I said, okay, I'll be in the car. I'll just do it in the car. They say yes. So I attended it. I was inside my car during my break. I attended the interview, like joke like that. In the organization, they have a CTO, which is a Chief Technical Officer. Technology officer in software development project. So they have a CTO, they have deputy CTO. I attended the first interview with the deputy CTO, and it was just run of the mill. We had the chat, a very fruitful one. And the following day, the recruiter told me, they are interested in you. They have requested for a second interview. I said, fine. At least by now, I'm not afraid of interview anymore. So I attended the second one, and lo and behold, I was offered 75K per annum. That's almost double what the current salary is. So I'm going to start that role. I'll be given a month notice. I'm going to start that role, resume there very soon, and that is on 75K. What I want to say here is this. All my, when aeroplane want to take off, it gathers momentum by moving around the world. So I gathered my momentum. In fact, the first interview I attended, Mr. Akin set up a panel of interviewer. We have about 3 persons plus himself then interviewed me, gave me a kind of mock interview before I went for the main interview. The mock interview was, I failed.
I can't hear him anymore.
Sir?
You break along the line. I'm hearing you.
You can continue. That must be his network. Just continue.
Yeah. So I failed the mock interview that was arranged for me by Akin and his team, because that's how it should be, because they should give you a tougher thing so that when you get to the field, it will be run of the mill. And when the main interview came, I was surprised that I said something that interests the employer, and I was able to be there for about 1 year, 6 months, until another opportunity came that I'm now going into. And that opportunity is a higher responsibility. In fact, I've not been a QA manager anywhere before, but I have this I can do attitude towards any challenge that come my way. I can do it. And I'm one of the least person when it comes to intelligence and, being intelligent and any other thing that has to do with super IQ. So I always say, whatever I can do, then anybody can do it better. All we need is that commitment. I speak to the air that by March, April, I will get a job. And by April, I got that job. It was, they asked me to resume April 25th. April 25th, 2022. And for one reason or the other, I pushed it. I was even scared. I've passed all the interview. I've been offered a job. I've gone through all the processes, but to go and resume, I was scared. Now, what am I going to do there? Because automation, I just finished the training. But the thing is that you learn on the field. You will learn on the field. The employer will give you the opportunity to learn. In this automation team, nobody is coming to check your table and say, what code are you writing or what? Once you understand the framework, that it's when I download this, I download that, and this one work for this, that one work for that. This is the driver, this is the IDE. When you understand that framework, then all other things will fall in. But then, when I started that job, I had sleepless nights. Taki can testify. Sometimes I will arrange with somebody by 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. We had a session here. I will have a session. I'll go back to my table. I'll work. I'll try to prepare I'll write the automation for the ticket that's given to me. And then the following day, I'm going to work. Just like that. So after a few months, making that sacrifice, it becomes ordinary thing to you. And then you will roll on. I think when we are determined, we will be there. And then, God willing, we'll be there. If there's anything that I've missed out, let me know so that I will retrace my step and comment about.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Really appreciate your time before you set out for your travel. I really appreciate. You said it all, actually. You said it all, which I'll wait to the end of my presentation to say more about what you just said. It's because you were in a hurry to travel. That was why I had to bring you up early. So thanks for your time. Really, really appreciate. And yes, hope to see you soon anyway. Thanks.
Sorry,
Thank you,
please, Mr. Joseph.
Sir?
Are you in the UK?
Yeah, I'm in the UK.
Okay. Because I had pounds. I wanted to know if Nigeria have started using pounds. Anyway, thank you for that wonderful testament. At least your word is an encouragement to anyone who wants to take a bold step. There is no way you can experience a change if you don't step forward from where you're standing.
Exactly.
I appreciate this. It's a true testament. I don't know Aki, but if someone has said that he has risen through Aki's manifestation, then we can now call Aki a prophet of our time. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Desmond.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, Mr. Joseph. I wish you a safe journey and hope to catch up with you soon. Thanks. Thanks. All right. Back to our overview session. I'll be commenting on what Joseph said a little bit later. But let me I've got a few slides, I need to share with you before I call on the facilitator to shed more light into what the journey will look like, what you should expect, and all of that. So as I was saying, since after COVID, the IT industry has been booming. Many people are moving to IT or they want to transition to IT. Why? Because it gives you that flexibility that you want. Imagine as a nurse, there is no way you can ever work remotely. You need to physically go to work and work 12 hours, and some other career paths like that. But IT There's now flexibility there because most companies now realize that you don't have to be physically present in the office before you deliver your work. Even when you're at home, you're actually even working more than when you are in the office. That is the realization now. So yeah, and what we do is we don't focus on theoretical. We don't focus on you. We are not training you to go and pass ISTQB. You can go and do it later. That's fine. As Joseph has said, getting his first job, he hasn't, he didn't have any qualification. All he has then was the experience, that he used to secure his first role. So we don't sell, you are not coming on this journey to go and pass ISTQB. ISTQB you can pass with ease, but you are coming on this journey, to be trained on the know-how, so that when you start job tomorrow, or when you start applying for jobs and start going for interviews, you are confident enough because you know more than enough already for you to start that journey. So that is how we want to equip you. That is how we want to prepare you for the journey ahead of you. So quickly, because of our time, let me just go through the slide that I have quickly. Again, the average. So I'm going to be using UK as our reference point because that is where I live. But it doesn't matter your country. It doesn't matter your location. Software testers are still well paid, even more than the developers sometimes, because our job is very crucial. Our job in SDLC is very important. So to say, they cannot do without us. That is why this role is, it's hot cake if you know what you should know. All right. So in the UK, if you're considering a permanent role, you're looking around 45,000. But you can get more than that. You can get 50, 55. I've got another student which got a role, started his role, I think February this year as well. His starting salary was 65,000 plus other benefits was like 85,000. This is not a QA manager role. This is a software testing role. So it is possible. And if you are considering a contract, you are looking around 350, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. It all depends. So even let's say on the average, 400 pounds a day. If you're getting 400 pounds a day, that's like 8,000 pounds a month. Even if the contract is for 3 months or 4 months, that is still a lot of money, But how, you might be wondering, will you be able to compete for such roles after this masterclass with us or after this 4-month journey with us? Yes, the answer is yes, but it can only be a 50% journey. We do our own 50%, and you also have to do your own 50% as well. And what is your 50%? Your 50% is, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Don't restrict your learning to twice a week. Your learning has to be every single day for the duration of the program, because at the end of the program, you want to be able to compete with people who has been doing it in the industry for 2-3 years. For that to happen, you must invest your time into the process. There's no magic to this process. It is what you see, that is what you get. It is the amount, your input is going to be equal to your output at the end of the day, So, and also, you can be eligible for visa sponsorship because software engineer is one of the shortage of skilled worker in the UK. You can go to .gov and read more about that. So even aside from applying for remote jobs and getting paid in dollars from your home country, you can be lucky as well. You can apply to a company probably in the UK, and you are good, they want you, they can apply for that visa for you from back home. That's another opportunity you can get after acquiring the right skills and knowledge. All right. So why software testing? Again, ability to work remotely from any part of the world. As I said, since post-COVID, companies now realize that, it doesn't matter your location. What really matters is you can hit the ground running. As long as you can hit the ground running, they will employ you, they will hire you. And also is in high demand. That is why you see people working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I have another nephew doing 3 different software testing roles at the same time. Is in 6 figures. You know why? Because as a software tester, you are not really required to work 9 to 5. You have to work smart. That is it. If you can work smart, you don't need to work 9 to 5, as long as you can deliver whatever task has been given to you. It's not a requirement for you to work 9 to 5. You know, that is why people can combine roles. People can do 2, 3 jobs at the same time, you know, and that's the same position you can put yourself at the end of the day. So training roadmap. If you should enroll with us, what is it like? What is the journey going to look like? Let's go through that quickly. The training is going to be, sorry, this is the old one. So the training is going to be for 4 months. It's a very intense training. When I say intense training, it will take you through different type of testing. That is why it is not a crash course. We want you to come on board and learn every necessary things you need to learn. So that is why we are not doing crash course of 6 weeks, because you see many organizations out there in 4 weeks, you are even done with testing. We don't want to do that, because we want to provide a very high quality of candidate out there. We want you to know what you're talking about, know what you're doing, and it's not like a fluke that you got the role. So it will be a very intense 4 months journey that will take you through different testing. I'll show you those different testing when we get there in a bit. So that's what the training. So the training itself is for 4 months, right?
I have a question here. Sorry to interrupt.
I'll take every question at the end of the presentation. Please just note your question down because of our time. All the questions will be, you know, I'll entertain all questions at the end of the whole presentation. So please just bear with me for now. I really appreciate that. Thanks. All right. So after the training, or even during the training, you still be involved on a live project. This is separate from the 4 months training. What do I mean by a live project? I'll put you on a live project whereby you'll be working as part of a full Scrum team. There will be a developer, there will be a Scrum master, there will be a product owner, there will be business analyst, there will be yourself as a tester, whether manual tester, automation tester, you'll be there as a tester as well. And all of you are working together to deliver a solution, you know, for a client. That is another experience you get out of it. This is aside the 4 months, you know, probably after 1 month on the training, all depends. I might put you on a project. After 2 months, I might put you on a project, but it is guaranteed that before you finish with us, at least you undertake another 2 months on a live project. You know, so that is that. Aside that, another key point or another key stage in this process is your optimization of your brand. What do I mean by optimization of your brand? I'm talking about your online presence. I'm talking about your CV revamping. I'm talking about your LinkedIn optimization. Because if you want to start applying for international jobs, definitely you need to revamp your CV to international standards. Same thing goes with LinkedIn as well, you know, because many people, after going through the training and going through the projects, they know the job of a software tester, but they are not getting the calls. Recruiters are not reaching out to them, and they'll be wondering what is happening. I know this job, I know this, you know, I can perform the role of a software tester, but I'm not getting the calls. Why? It is because you are not visible online. You have to be visible. If you are not visible, no calls, nothing, you just be wondering what is happening. That is why it is important to start, because your CV will speak for you first. So that means your CV needs to be uploaded in, you know, various job sites. Not only uploading them, you have to make them searchable as well, because it is not all jobs that are posted on all these platforms. Some recruiters just want to go and, you know, scan through the people on that job site. And if your CV comes up, that is when they will give you a call to say, you know what, we saw your CV at so place. Are you still available? Are you still in the market? You know, also same thing goes with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has become a professional, marketplace that, recruiters now go to headhunt as well. So you have to be in that space as well. It is a must for you to be in that space as well. So when all these things are done, then you can be rest assured that, you start getting calls. Also, you can start applying for jobs manually as well. As you're applying for jobs manually, recruiters are calling you. Those that saw your CVs online are calling you. They are calling you from LinkedIn. So you are getting calls from all directions. You are not just limiting yourself to just CVs or just the ones that you are applying for. Those that you cannot apply for, that, like the agency that didn't post their job online, they can see your CVs and they will reach out to you, and after applying for jobs, you are getting all these calls. Definitely interviews will come, and we do interview prep with you because we want you, aside enrolling with us, another success joy that we have is, hearing a testimony like Mr. Joseph's testimony from all our students. And we can assure you, if you do your bit, if you surely do your bit, commit your sweat, commit your all into the process, surely God will favor such effort as well. So that is why I said at the beginning that it's a 50-50% journey. We are not going to do all the 100%, no, but we provide you with the 50%. And what is the 50% we are providing you? We are providing you with a platform. We are providing you with a quality training. We are providing you with the tools, the knowledge. We are equipping you with the right skills and knowledge. And on the other side, you need to commit your time into the process as well. At least a minimum of 2 hours every day needs to be dedicated to this process. I understand everyone is busy. I understand probably most of us has got family as well. You need to cater for family. You are doing long shifts. But again, if you really want a transition to happen, if you really want a change to happen, you need to make a sacrifice. I passed through the same journey as well. I transitioned. My background was accounting. I've got masters in accounting as well. But, I was tired with what I was doing. I needed a change. And I enrolled back then to like a master class as well, like a 3 months that exposed me to different things. Although there wasn't any support given, I had to do most of the reading on my own. But because I was desperate, I know my daytime, I don't have the time. I had to sacrifice from my sleeping time. From my sleeping time, I had to sacrifice. And to call the whole story short, it's all in the past now. It's all a testimony now. So the sacrifice needs to be done for you to achieve the result and attain the level you want to attain. You need to make that sacrifice. And the sacrifice you are making is just a 4-month sacrifice. It's just a 4 months. And you'll be surprised with the level of knowledge. You'll be surprised at what you know at the end of that 4 months if you do your own bit as well. So when it comes to interview preparation, we do that with you. As Joseph has said, we try to organize something with you as well. We'll try to work with you because your success is our success as well. It's not just about you passing through our academy or passing through our training center. No. The moment you enroll with us, you become a family. You become a family to the extent that after 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, you cannot call and I'll tell you, oh, I don't know you. Or you are done with us. I can't assist. No, we are not like that. We are different. And the reason we are different is because, I understand what it takes to transition from, one career to another career. So when it comes to interview preparation, we do everything with you as well. Try to get you ready for that interview with the hope that you are going to land that particular job as well. All right. So why on this particular point, let me just tell you what are the things you get when you enroll on this journey with us. Number 1 is the practical training, which is for 4 months. Number 2 is the working on a live project. That's for another 2 months. Number 3, you get the mentorship from us. You get the interview preparation from us. And also all our courses, they are CPD accredited. You can read more about CPD standards, meaning all the courses we offer meets the professional standard, and the certificate that you get from us at the end of the 4 months is recognized in over 60 countries. Actually, let me go to the website and paste the link so that you can read more about them at your convenient time. This is the body. They are called CPD standards. I'm going to paste it on the chat so you can read more about them on that website as well. On their website as well, you can see more about our company as well, listed on their website as well. So you can read more. I just pasted it on the chart, on the Zoom chart, so you can read that at your own convenient time. So all our courses are CPD accredited. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you're with us, which you can put on your CV, which you can put on your LinkedIn, and we'll be more than happy to reference you when you get that job. So those are the things that we offer you if you enroll with us. So quickly, let me just take you through the start of our company. Quickly, just for you to see the start. So from 2020 till date, we've enrolled over 20,000 students have enrolled on our various courses, over 20,000. And this is the breakdown of those courses. This is from January till date. Actually, this is from January till, we are in August now. This is from January till June, I believe. You can see business analysis. We've enrolled more than 750 so far this year. Data analysis, Scrum Master over 1,000, software automation over 250 or 250 thereabout, over 250 because this is still June actually. So you can see the breakdown, but this is it. Since 2020 till date, 85% of our students have secured a role, 50% working in the public sector. And I'm talking about not only the people in the UK, I'm talking about people in Nigeria, people in Zimbabwe, people in South Africa. We have students all over the place. People in Ukraine, even Ukraine, we have students in Ukraine, and 35% are working in a private sector and 15% are job ready. Another good thing is, even after the 4 months when you are done with us, we have an alumni group that you can belong to, because you need people, you need professionals at your corner when you start going for interviews, or even while you're at job. Probably they gave you a task to do, you don't really know how to go about it. You have a community to run back to and say, you know what, how can I go about this thing? I've been given this task to do. And there will be people on that platform who are willing to actually help you out as well. So you need to belong to such group because you need them at your corner. Trust me on that. So quickly, before I hand over to the facilitator who will shed more light into the life of a tester or what you should expect. This is a sample job, again, from the UK. You can see this one is paying 60,000, 60 plus. The next one is paying 380 pounds per day as a software tester. You'll be wondering, can you actually get this money after 4 months? My answer to you is yes, because myself, I'm a testament to that. So my answer, if you commit your sweat into this process, the answer is capital yes. Yes, you can get it. All right. So quickly, what you get from us: CPD accredited certificate, mentorship, UK work reference, interview preparation, and we support you as well, which I just mentioned as well. Again, you get to work on the live project as part of this as well. All right, so what you learn, this is where it becomes so interesting. With the amount we are charging and with the amount of testing or training that you are going to go through, honestly, is a bargain of the century. So you'll be trained on manual testing, you'll be trained on mobile testing, you'll be trained on performance testing, you'll be trained on API testing, you'll even be trained on automation testing. For those, these are different testings. You can work as a manual tester if you don't want to work as an automation tester. There are jobs as a manual tester. You can work as a non-functional tester, which is referred to as a performance tester. It's a standalone role as well. If you don't want to do manual testing, if you don't want to, you can work as a performance tester, which is a non-functional tester. You can work as a mobile tester. You can work as an API tester, So you having all these different levels when it comes to testing, and you've dedicated your time into the process as well. Now tell me how you won't be able to land a job in one of all these testing roles. Because even that is why I said it's a bargain of the century. The way because we want you to be job ready. We want to increase your chances of securing a job out there. And how can we increase your chances is by taking you through the different testing, that exists out there. So if you should come on this journey, if you should enroll, we are having a 1-week offer, which is a 50% offer. So for the 4 months duration, and for putting you on the live project for another 2 months, the actual price is £9.99 in pounds. But if you are enrolling between now and the next 1 week, you can get a 50% discount on that. You can get a 50% discount on that. And even this is now where it becomes even much more interesting. Even after applying, which you cannot get, I can beat my chest to this. You can go to my competitors. You can do your compare the market. You cannot get this bargain anywhere. Even after applying the 50%, you can start with half payment just to make things easy for people. You can start with what? You can start with half payment. And the other half, you can pay it in 4 to 6 weeks time. This is a very fantastic offer. And as I said, I can beat my chest to this offer, and for you to do the comparison with others. I'm sure you've spoken to different people, different organizations when it comes to testing. Now compare what we offer to what they offer. So for now, if you have any questions after this session, or if you want to enroll to secure your spot, because we only have a spot for we only have 10 slots left. And if you want to secure your spot, if you want to enroll, if you have any questions at all that you want to ask me after this session, you can reach me on this WhatsApp number on your screen. So you can take a screenshot of the number, you can save it on your phone. You can reach me directly on the WhatsApp number on that number after this call. So for now, I'm going to be stopping. I'm going to be pausing, and I'm going to be inviting Samuel, who will be the facilitator that will take you on this 4 months journey to shed more light into the life of a software tester. What you need to know if you actually stand a chance, of securing a job after this 4-month process. It's going to talk more about what it entails. So for now, thanks for listening to me, and over to you, Samuel.
All right, Akin, thank you so much. All right, so let me share my screen. Few minutes. All right, please let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All right, nice.
We can see.
Okay, so Akin has said so much about the software quality assurance. So I'll basically be taking you through why organizations and companies look out for software quality assurance engineers or software testers, right? So you basically know why this organization, or why these skills of testing and automation, performance, and API testing are in high demand. So this is me, this is my profile. I'm a graduate of computer science. I have a master's degree in computer science, and also is a combination of computer science and education. So MSc to cover both masters in science and in education. So I'm a trained teacher, if I have to say that. And I have over 15 years of experience in information technology and 6 years specifically in quality assurance, engineering, and automation. My current employers, MTN, Neotech in UK, and here is my LinkedIn profile. In case you want to know more about me or you want to connect with me, you can look me up on LinkedIn with just search for Samuel Ubo, and there you'll find me. So what is really software quality assurance or software testing or software quality assurance engineering? It's simply a process of analyzing a software item to detect the difference between an existing and required conditions. So this is what happened before companies release software products to end users. There must be thorough testing. They must ensure that this software are free of defects. This software are free of errors before it is then deployed to a safer way users can have access to. Is it a web application is then deployed to a web server? Is it a mobile application? Is after a thorough testing has been done before it can be deployed to a Play Store or iOS store for mobile users to have access to this application. Why do companies need software testers? This is very important. One, security, right? Take, for instance, bank application. After a bank app has been built, not just bank app, this is applicable to every software that have been produced so far in the world. After this product has been built, the organization have to ensure that this software is secured, that it prevents attackers and hackers from having access to this software. If your bank software is not secure, you wake up one day and notice you can't find money in your account. And if such situation or such scenario happens, then the bank itself will pay for the damages, right? So another reason company look out for software testers is because software testers saves money. So yeah, I will paint a simple scenario. We all heard of the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft that crashed a few years back, one in Indonesia and one in Ethiopia. So these two crashes claimed a lot of life, right? So after thorough investigation on why the two airplanes crashed, it was discovered that those two planes during the production had a hardware fault, a hardware problem. Now, Boeing as a company had spent so much money manufacturing these aircraft, and they just wanted to correct this error. Then what they thought as the best solution as at that time was to have a software. What really happened on that Boeing plane was that when the plane flies up to a certain level in the sky, the nose of the plane was pointing downward, right? So they wanted a software that when by the time a sensor outside of the plane detects that the nose of the plane is coming downward, then that sensor will send a signal to the computer inside the aircraft to try to take the nose of the plane, or sorry, the nose of the plane was pointing upward. So the software, when activated or when it senses that the nose is pointing upward, it will try to bring the nose of the plane downward and make it stable. Right. So when this software was developed, of course, from the investigation, it was realized that proper testing was not really done on the software, and the software had a lot of bug. This computer software that was controlling the aircraft, and by the time the sensor detects that the plane of the nose is pointing upward, and the software is trying to bring the nose plane to stability, the pilot has no control over it. Then it has to force the plane down. But then what happened in that Boeing crash was that the sensor was getting bad signal. The nose of the plane was stable, but it kept feeding this computer system with wrong information that the nose of the plane was upward, and then it forces the plane downward. And that's what happened. And then you could agree with me that those two crashes caused a lot of havoc, caused a lot of disaster to the Boeing company. Boeing company had lost reputation. Boeing company had lost a lot of money just because of those two crashes. A lot of travelers boycotted the plane, and a lot of aircraft operators also boycotted using Boeing, right? So this is why no company would want to put itself in the same situation that Boeing experienced. That's why they don't joke with software testing. Because once you have a flaw in your software, your organization can lose your money and the company can lose reputation. Now you have a lot of competitors out there. Banks application, you notice a lot of fintechs are coming out with powerful application that you can even transfer money to someone within a twinkle of an eye. The money delivers to your intended recipient. Whereas there are some banks you want to transfer money with their bank app, and it takes time for the recipient to even receive the money. So these are proper, because these are, when this software is built, probably proper testing was not done on it to even simulate the numbers of users this application can carry, to even simulate if this software has bug or defect that can cause a malfunction when it gets to the end user. So company also look out for software tester because of product quality, right? A lot of applications are out there. A lot of competitors are out there. Play Store, as at last few months, Google announced that Play Store has over 2 billion applications in it, right? So a lot of applications. So no company wants to put out a substandard application to the users, because by the time the user tries to use your application and your application is not working fine, is not working as expected, no user have that time. So simply uninstall your application and move on to your competitor, probably who is offering a better quality of software product. So this is why software quality assurance and software testers are in high demand, because most of the developers we have are building, I wouldn't want to call nonsense, because it's not easy to come up with, it's not easy to write the logic or code those logic that this application performs. But then they are humans, they are prone to errors. So they write this code and they make mistakes. So it is the duty of a quality assurance engineer to identify these defects, to identify these problems, this bug on the software, then report to the development team for this defect to be fixed before it even gets to the end user. So that's why companies look out for software testers. And I can tell you my experience in the industry over the years, I can assure you that companies invest more in quality assurance, because quality is what drives business. If you are, don't forget that they have competitors. So if the quality of service you are delivering is not so perfect, then users may opt for your competitor, right? So they pay quality assurance engineers or testers more than they even pay developers or any other member of the development team. The next thing you need to also understand, or next thing what does a software tester do? What does it really do? As a software tester, your primary responsibility is to perform software quality testing procedures on software, right? You generally have strong grasp over software quality testing tools and techniques. So when we talk about software testing, there are tools and techniques we use in testing, right? You will not be the one to be doing the job. Your job is only to know how to use these tools to perform this testing. There are a lot of tools out there that will aid in software testing. So you basically come in and you'll be learning about these tools. We have separate tools for manual testing. We have a lot of tools for automation testing. We also have a lot of tools for API testing and so many for testing as well. So this training, once you enroll in this training, you are not going to be focused on one aspect of testing, just like Akin said. You'll be having all aspects of software quality assurance engineering, right from the requirements gathering phase. What do you do at that point as a software quality assurance engineer? We will teach you this, and not theory, practical, hands-on. When it gets to the development stage, when developers are writing code to come up with the working version of this application, what do you do as a software quality assurance engineer? Because your duty is to ensure quality. Your duty is to ensure that the development team members are adhering to the best practices of software development. Then, like I mentioned, there are various types of software testing. We have the black box, we have the gray box, we have the white box, right? So we will teach you all of these types of software testing. The black box is where you don't have access to the internal working of the software. You don't get to understand the internal building principles of the software. You are only interacting with the user interface, which is the part that users make use of to do your testing. For instance, you have a login functionality on a page or on a software. You basically check if user can actually sign up or log in into that application successfully without any error or any glitch or itches, right? So these are the things you do in black box testing. And black box testing is further divided into two types. We will teach you all of this. We will take you through the functional part of testing. We will take you through the non-functional part of testing. You look at the functional part of testing, we have the progression, we have regression, smoke sanity, cross-browser, experience-based testing. Now in the industry, there are people that specialize only on functional testing. All they do is to conduct the functional testing, and they're well paid. There are also software testers that all they do for the organization is the non-functional testing. Testing to see if this application meets the security requirements, the installation requirements. Is it resilient? Is the application reliable? Is the application usable? That has to do with the usability. Is it compliant? Because at the end of the day, we have regulations that regulate these industries, right? Talk about the financial sector. There are a lot of regulations over there. Talk about the aviation industry. There are a lot of regulation also there. So you also will be testing this to ensure that whatever product the company is building and sending out to the end users are adhering and complying to these regulations. Then there are other ones known as the performance testing, which we will check to see how many numbers a particular application, how many users a particular application can handle per unit of time. We have been having a situation over the years where application will be launched, and after a few minutes, the application crashed. What happens at this point is that the software application was not properly tested. The team members or the stakeholders didn't expect the numbers of load that they are currently experiencing. So what we do in load testing is simply to check and also report to the stakeholders or to the development team, look, this application can only handle 2 users per unit of time. What happens if business is booming and we happen to have 500 people on that particular platform? Will this application be able to handle? You will agree with me that Facebook, that we are all making use of, has over, I think last time they reported, they said it has over 2 billion active users daily, right? That is the amount of, a large amount of users on that particular platform. And there are some applications that cannot even handle half of such load that Facebook is handling. So your duty as a software tester or performance testing will be to test this application and also report on how many numbers of users this application can handle. The endurance, if we have 1 million users on this software for up to 5 hours, will it be able to endure this user load? The stress point, you will also check about the stress point to look at the point that this system can break. When the load gets to a certain number of users, what happened to the application? Will it withstand or will it break? So your break point becomes your stress. Then the volume testing, which has to do with the amount of data, that you can imagine the amount of videos, audios that people upload to YouTube and also to Facebook. So this application has the capacity to handle this large amount of data that are being uploaded daily to this platform. Then we will also teach you about the spec and also the scalability. Can it scale across various user loads? All of this will be discussed. And of course, the white box testing has to do with the part of coding, which don't be intimidated. We will take you through the basics of coding for you to understand the intrigues and the basic of coding. It's simple. We try to simplify every point of coding so you understand. And this will also handle the automation or part of testing. Like I said, we have the manual testing and we also have the automation testing. Automation testing is when you try to automate the processes or process of testing a software item. So talking about the white box, we will teach you both how to do branch, how to also look for condition in the code, how to also look for statements, and also to check for decision. Looking through the system code and look at the coding quality. It's adhering to engineering best practices. Then how to become a software tester is simple. Just enroll with us, then get and acquire all the technical skills. And that you, in the next 4 months, we will equip you with the technical know-how to land a good job in the software testing industry. Thank you so much. Over to Akin.
Yeah, thanks so much, Samuel, for that. I'm just trying to.
Please share your LinkedIn profile and connection again, please.
All right.
Your LinkedIn profile.
Before, I'll share that. You can send that on the chat. I'm just trying to attend to these people. All right. Yeah, Samuel, you can share. If you want to share your LinkedIn, you can drop it on the chat. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for the presentation, Samuel. I hope everyone on this call has been able to learn one thing or the other when it comes to, you know, what you get.
When they give on that car.
Sorry, let me just remove this person. All right. Please, if you have any questions, you can signify by raising your hands, and I'll be calling everyone who has a question. And also, you can put your questions on the chat as well. But I would like to hear your voice. I'd like to hear from you. So I'll prefer, you know, if you can raise your hand and talk to us, and you know, we can share knowledge together. So the start date for this course will be on the 23rd of August. It will be twice a week. It will be for now it will be Wednesdays and Thursdays for 4 months. And also, as I said, you also have the opportunity to work on a live project aside the 4 months training. So during that 4 months, I'll be putting you on the project, and you'll be supporting a team for another 2 months on a live project. You know, those are the kind of experience that you get from this process, which, as I said, I can beat my chest to it. You can never get this bargain, you know, anywhere, because I'm in this industry, and I know what they offer people out there, the kind of crash course they offer people just to collect their money and move on with their life. What we are not after the money. What our approach is way beyond, you know, how much you are paying us. It's what we are after is the quality that you are getting out of the service. And our joy and our reward comes from when you get that job, when you secure that role, and someone somewhere asks you, how did you do it? And we can be positive that, you know, if we've done a good job, you are going to refer us, you know, to whosoever asks you that, or how did you go about, you know, your career transitioning. That's what we are after. That's our joy at the end of the day. And that's why we are able to come up with this package so that you don't restrict yourself when you start applying for jobs. You know, you can go to, you can venture into different, you know, different testing. If you are scared of code, of automation, you can settle for manual testing. You can settle for non-functional testing, which is performance testing. You can settle for API testing, you know, aside automation. And if you are up for a challenge as well, because there's nothing, sorry, I've got cold. There's nothing too difficult for anyone to achieve. As I said earlier on, my background was accounting as well, and I transitioned to become a software automation engineer, whereby, you know, I write codes in C#, programming language, and all of that as well. So it is doable, it is possible. The key thing is, do you have someone to support you on the journey? Do you have someone to take you from the very scratch? Some people will argue with you that there's no way you can become an automation tester without you first performing, acting as a manual tester. You know, that is a lie. I didn't do manual testing before I became an automation engineer, you know. But we are not just presenting you with one form of testing. We are presenting you with various different types, of testing. That is why it is so intense that you don't want to miss the offer. And as I said, we only have 10 slots left for this journey, for this cohort that will be starting on the 23rd. So please, if you want to take advantage of the 50%, that will only be in existence, that will be only last for a week from today. So please take the advantage, reach out and take the advantage of that when you make a when the sun still shine. Take action, invest in yourself and see the reward in 4 months time. You might want to pay us 400 or 500 pounds now, but what do you stand to get at the end of that 4 months? You stand to get triple that. That 400 or 500 pounds you pay us for 4 months might be what you'll be getting daily after 4 months time. Consider that. What the money you are investing for the whole process might be what you'll be starting with as your per day that you'll be earning per day. So what are we talking about? Desmond, you raise your hand. You can unmute and ask.
So, Ake, thank you so much for the presentation and what you want to offer us. You understand me? I really appreciate it because, truth be told, I know what other people are offering for this, the same thing you want to do. You don't need to tell me. But what I'm trying to say that, what cloud tools, number one, which cloud tools are you people using for this? Like I'm talking about like Azure DevOps, Jira, Confluence, Trello. Which one are you using? Then secondly, this project now, like you say, the training will always be 2 days. Will there be a scenario whereby like maybe someone who is working in the evening session, is there a scenario whereby the person can have a means of practicing maybe 2 hours after that 2 days of training? Like on Monday, you can just have something you are practicing on, waiting for the next section to be taken, so that the person will be busy on daily basis, so that at the end of the day, if that person has a question, you will note it down. In the next class, the person will ask question. That is another one. Then again, you say that the 50% of the 50% you are giving, someone can pay 50% now and pay the remaining, right?
That's correct, yes.
So because me, for now, I can afford the 50% now, like after this course, I can afford the 50%. So
the other 50% will be due 6 to 6.
You know how the country is. Yeah, country, that's the 50% of 999 is 499, right?
That's correct, yes.
Then 50% of 499 is 249.
Yes. That's correct, yes.
Okay, so the country hard, but me, I want to enroll in this one so that we keep it going. So that is it. So these are the questions I have. At least after the course, we will stay connect. Like the quality assurance manager, he can still assist us in 1 or 2 ways. That's the only thing I like about live classes. You connect with people.
Yeah.
They always help you out when the going is tough.
Yes. So as I said, you need people on your corner. That is why we have alumni group that you can join and meet like-minded people as well. As regards your first question, as regards tools, I'll leave that to Samuel to answer at the end of me answering the other ones. For other ones, number one, every session will be recorded. And we have an LMS platform, which is learning management system, that you register on, and you have access to your own dashboard to watch the recording. Whether you miss a class or you want to go and rewatch the recording, you can log into your own dashboard and access the recording from your dashboard. And as regards getting your hands dirty every single day or something to keep you busy, yes, a task is always given, after every class or every week, so to say. But even aside this task that will be given out, it is still a good thing to go above and beyond what has been covered in class. to go on Google, read more, to go on YouTube, read more, and by the time you are coming to class, you have loads of questions you want to ask your facilitators already, because that is how you get to learn. Even if you don't want to wait till the next class, you'll be added to a WhatsApp group. On your WhatsApp group, you can put, because I believe in learning together as well, you can put this question on the platform and it will respond to it as well, so that everyone can learn from each other. That's why I do. Well, that's why I try as much as possible to encourage as well for people to put, instead of messaging privately, put your question. There's no stupid question. Everybody is there to learn together. Put every question on the platform, and you all see the result. You all see you'll be able to see when an answer has been provided for this particular question. And by so doing, we are all learning together. So as regards the tool, let me leave that to Samuel. You can answer that bit, please.
All right. So the tool you mentioned Confluence. You also heard you mention Jira. So we basically make use of Confluence and Jira, but these two tools are not testing tools. So Confluence is what we use for documentation, in case you want to document things about your testing that may help a new team member when he joins the team. So you use Confluence for that. Then Jira is a project management software. It's a cloud-based application owned by Atlassian. So we use this to track defects, right? In case you have tested an application, most organizations make use of Jira for project management, right? It's a platform where we see the progress of the work we are working on. We see what the development team have done, and you see when a ticket has been assigned to you for testing, probably a feature has been developed and was assigned to you to test. So you basically go on Jira and see what is there, and also the progress of the work. So you test, and you also go to Jira to log your defect, and all you can from Jira assign this defect to developers, right? Or any developer who is in charge of that particular functionality or defect on that feature of that application. Then for the testing tool, we will make use of a lot of tools for manual testing, like the UI inspection, trying to check the UI part of the system if it aligns with what we have on Jira board, all right? Or sorry, on what we have on the what is it called? What we have on Figma as well, if that is aligned with what you have on the actual web page. Then we also use Postman for API testing, then JMeter for load testing, and we also use Selenium and Cypress for automation testing, where you also learn some basics of programming language, like basics of JavaScript and also Java programming language as well. All right, so those are the tools we make use of, plus other tools as well.
Yeah, thanks, Samuel. And with that, you've answered the question Emeka asked on the chat as well, as regards what automation testing language that will be used. You just made mention of that as well now. Thanks for that. Desmond, I hope we've been able to answer your question. And as regard the payments, yes, we are giving 50% discount now, which lasts for a week. And as I said, only 10 slots left. Aside that, after applying this 50% discount, only half payment, which is another 50%, is due to start. And the other half can be paid in 6 to 8 weeks time. So that means the other half can be paid in 6 to 8 weeks time after you started on the journey. So that means the 50% you are paying, so to say, covers you for 2 months. And the last 2 months, you have to pay the other 50% before you can get on the last 2 months, so to say. So we try as much as possible to make it easier for people to enroll, again, compared to my competitors. As I said, you can do your comparison, there are loads of them out there. Again, you just have to be sure of the quality they are providing you. Are they after your success truly, or they are after the money they want to collect for 6 weeks, for 5 weeks of the training? And compare compare and contract. Dev, you raise your hand. Nnamdi, you can unmute
I have a
and ask.
question.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I Nnamdi.
Yeah, sorry, my name is Namdi and I'm a developer, but I'm just asking this question for other people too that or that will be interested in, because do they need programming language to enroll for this and to know some programming language to enroll for this program? Do they need to be developers to enroll for this program? You understand? So that's what I'm asking. And
All right.
also,
Yeah, thanks, Nnamdi. You don't need a background. Yeah, you don't need a background in coding or you've been a developer before you get on this journey. No, that is why we are taking you from the scratch. Remember my own story as well. Before I transitioned, my background was in accounting. All I knew then was debit and credit, balance sheet, trial balance, but with determination, I got on the journey, So as long as they are going to take you from the scratch, we are not assuming, we are not basing our decision on assumption that, oh, some people already have the knowledge, we just have to start with in the middle. No, whether you have the knowledge previously or you don't have the knowledge previously, as long as you enroll on this course, we are starting from the scratch, just to take everybody, just to take everybody along as we go. So you don't need a background. You don't have to be a techie. All that is required for you to enroll on this journey is your determination, your hunger for change. That is all that is required. And your laptop and a good Wi-Fi. That is all that is required, and we do the rest as well. I hope I've been able to answer that question, Nnamdi. And thanks for that. Samuel, you raise your hand.
Yeah, thank you very much. So my question is that the live project, is it cover the 5 areas we're looking at: manual, mobile, performance, API, automation testing?
It covers the key, it covers manual testing, it covers automation and mobile. So you'll be exposed to, it's your decision, actually. But most of them, because they'll be dealing with most of UI stuff. So you'll be required to perform a manual testing on it. After your manual testing has been done or has passed, you are required to write an automation script for that as well. And also perform a mobile testing on that as well. So at least out of those 5, 3 testings will be covered.
And we will also cover the performance and API as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about the live project.
Live project.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So at least you are guaranteed of 3 out of those 5 on the live project.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, Samuel. Adakule, it seems you wanted to say something earlier. All right, Sharon, you raise your hand.
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to ask, how many times a year is this software testing course being run? Is it once a year or twice a year?
We try as much as after this cohort. The next one might be, we are in August now, September, October. The next one might be around October ending or November after this one in August.
Okay, thank you. And I wanted to ask an additional question.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, how easy, or would you say, how easy is it for someone completely new after you finish the course to enter the industry, to get a junior role?
All right. The funny part is we are not even preparing you. We are not equipping you to go and apply for a junior role. That is the funny thing. You might not believe that now, but you can wait till the end of that 4 months. And your first question is how easy or how difficult. That is why I said at the beginning that this is a 50-50% journey. We are going to do our 50%. As long as you can do your own bit of 50% to make everything 100, then you are guaranteed something. You know, and what is your own 50%? Is by dedicating your time to the process. There is no excuse when enrolling on this course. You just have to configure your mind, and you know what? This 4 months, I want to bury myself as into this process. I want to give my all. And you'll be surprised at the result at the end of the day. Joseph, that gave testimony earlier on, when we did interview prep with him, it was terrible, as he said. Like, he didn't know nothing. That was how terrible it was. He was so scared that he had to move the interview date. He had to shift it forward again because he thought he wasn't ready. Eventually, he went for that interview. That was his very first interview after the training. Got so good with favor and hard work working together, he secured that first role. They liked him and they offered him that first role. Very first interview. So it varies from student to student. Some, it might take them 1 week. Some, it might. When I transitioned, it took me 2 weeks.
Aki, sorry to cut you short. Is it Akin Kumi Oladeji?
That's correct, yes.
Monzo account. Akin Kumi, abi?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
You know, when I transitioned, it took me 2 weeks to secure my own very first role after the training. Some student, it can, you know, it varies. It can take 1 month, it can take 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But what you are sure of is, as long as you do not give up, you surely land the role. It's in high demand. That's why people are doing 2-3 jobs. We are needed in every SDLC, software development lifecycle. We are needed. They cannot deploy any functionality to live environment without us giving the approval, giving the go ahead that yes, it is bug free, or it is good enough, it is defect free. You know, that is why it is key, it is important, this role that you are certain, and with the combination of what we are offering. That is why, you know, we are just not offering just one manual testing. Oh, come and do 4 weeks manual testing and you are done. No. We want you to have knowledge on every type of testing that you might come across out there, so that when you start applying for jobs, you are not restricting yourself to just automation testing. Because some people might be scared that, oh, you know what, I've been advised to go and do manual testing before automation testing, which is actually, in my own book, it's a lie. As long as you are determined, you can take up automation role, you can take up manual role, you can take up performance role. And that is why I said this journey, it's very intense, and you can be guaranteed of something if you commit your time, your sweat into the process as well, Sharon. I hope I've answered that question, Sharon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Samuel, is that a new hand or old hand?
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I just to ask. So I'm glad you said that the models are all, I mean, CPD accredited. So we have general CPD or for the entire training, or it will be module based? Maybe
no, it's for the entire training. It's for software testing, and all the modules are under software testing.
Under software testing, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please, if anyone else has got any other question, please, you can still raise your hand. Let me just try to go through the chat and answer a few questions on the chat as well. As I said, the journey, the next course will be starting on the 23rd of this month. It will be twice a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays. But again, I'm not expecting you to restrict your learning to twice a week. I'm expecting you to dedicate at least 2 hours to the process every single day. It might be difficult, but once you make up your mind that, you know what, I'm giving myself 5 months to know all these things, and I'm giving myself 6 months for me to secure another role. If you are working towards a target, if you have a target in mind, then, you know, you make it a reality. It will come true. Before you know it, the sacrifice is over. excuse me, and you can start enjoying, the benefits of your hard work as well. So how long is the program? When does it commence? And the schedule is for 4 months. The practical training is for 4 months. Also, you'll be put on a project for 2 months, but the 2 months can come within the 4 months of the practical training. I can group you with to go and support a team working on whatever they are working on. You'll be the main testers for that group. And the way we do it, unlike others as well, you can, as I said, you can do your comparison. Although they might not tell you this fact before you enroll with them, but many people, when they put you on the project, you'll be like 30, 40 on that project. What is the chances of you learning when you are 30, 40 on a project, on one project? It's next to nothing, but we do not do that. The maximum on your project, you can be more than 10, and that will comprise of the developer, the scrum master, the business analyst, the tester. It will comprise of everyone. Probably on your project, you are only 2 testers, so that you have enough room to learn and to grow yourself, to make mistake. You can make, that's why the Father is a life project. You can still make a mistake and ask, because I believe when you make that mistake and you are corrected, that is when actual learning takes place. So yeah, let me just check through. Most of leave home at 9:30 p.m. for work in the UK. This is from Anthony. Yes, so if you missed any class or you can't finish any class, as I said, every session will be recorded, and you have access to the recording at the end of the session as well. You can log into your dashboard and watch the recording. If you have any questions, you can put the questions on the platform for someone to attend to it. Sharon, how many times a year? I believe I've answered. So the next run after today we might be looking October ending or November, and that'll be the last one for the year. With all the classes we recorded, yes, all sessions are recorded. All sessions are recorded. Any other question?
Okay.
Hello, yes.
Yeah, you can check your account this month.
Yeah, please send me.
I send you a screenshot on WhatsApp.
All right.
You know, it came through my wife's account. It's not my name, so you can only see as on my own.
Yeah. Please send me a message on WhatsApp this month.
I sent it now. I've sent WhatsApp message to you now.
I haven't received it yet, so.
Okay, no problem. You will get it.
Has it delivered from your end?
From my end.
Has it delivered?
1 minute, please. Oh, yes, it has delivered now.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Correct.
From 234.
Yeah.
All right, I will attend to it after the session.
It's all right.
All right, thanks. So let me just go through, check. Okay, this one. Just for if I don't cover any question, please, you can just take this number down and just message me with probably any personal question you may have. I will be more than happy to answer any question at all on this number. So if you have any question, please drop me a message on that number. I believe all the questions on the chat has been answered. Before we go, any final question from anyone at all? Any final questions? Anything you want to clarify before we call it a night?
With this month's payment, that means we have 9 slots remaining from the 10.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's correct, yes. But for the 50%, the 50% is still on for the next 1 week.
No, I'm talking about the 50-50 because of
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Actually, this actually came in as a surprise. Like you said, other platforms would never give us such opportunity. That I must confess.
Yeah,
I've done my homework, I've done my research, I've got myself involved. So this is a great cushion.
I know,
for
anyone who has been somewhere else or they've done their due diligence, they will know that because I know, as I said, it's the value that you're getting at the end of the day, and you being able to land a job and refer someone to us that is important to me. It's not the fast money I want to make in 4 weeks or 5 weeks. You know, why is because I've passed through the same process in the past as well. And I understand, you know, what people are going through as well. So that's why. So
on behalf of the group, I will say thank you to that. You understand that it's not easy.
Okay, thank you so much. Anybody that has done his research, we know that this is the best offer so far.
Agreed.
And is coming with a cloud tool, Jira and Confluence, which is the most common tools every company is using.
Yes. Is that Azure DevOps or Jira?
Yeah, Azure Dev. Are you people using Azure DevOps here?
No, we use Jira. But once you know how to use one, you can use other one easily as well.
Okay, so the Confluence and Jira is good for a kickoff. So you have actually done good. This is a means of empowerment to my own understanding, because I know what other platforms are charging. I don't need to hide it from anyone. So anybody that is interested in this journey should just take it one time. So thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you, Desmond. It's like they'll think I know you from somewhere, Desmond. I don't even know I don't even know what you look like.
What I look like?
You know, people will believe that probably you know me somewhere.
No, because I've been doing my. This is the third platform I'm joining from this class. You understand? So that is it.
Hello,
yeah.
Aki.
Yeah,
Anthony. It's not that people might think you know him or not. The issue is that majority that have been interested in software testing must have gone to one place. For instance, myself, I've had 1 or 2 discussions with you in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, and then I went to, I came to Learning with Pride on Facebook and all that stuff. I've also done some, how do I put it now? Have some manual test courses too on my own, you know, and I also involved 1 or 2 companies. And it's very expensive.
Yeah,
you get the point. I would say the honest truth, it's very expensive. They don't even do, you can pay 2 times. You pay once. If you cannot afford to pay once, then they're not interested.
Yes.
That's correct. They will always want a one-off payment.
Of course.
But let me shock you. The one that I was processing my mind before is in September. Now, 1,200. I have to be honest. 1,200. And I've been thinking about that. As in every time I've been thinking, nah, this money is a heavy dose.
No, you see why Learning with Pride, I actually like it. That I'm sorry to say, for all the other people that are not Nigerians, for we Nigerians, it's like we understand the intonation. I've done a training with Indians. I don't hear what they're talking about. You know, and I now opt out. You know, but when we talk of Nigeria, at least I understand your language. I can ask questions. You can understand what I'm coming from.
Very clear.
Thank you, my brother.
Very clear.
You're welcome, sir.
So we look forward to an enjoyable journey with Learning with Pride. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate your feedback. Thanks. And as I said, for anyone who has done their due diligence, you know, been elsewhere, you really know the value of what we are offering. You know, that's the only way to put it. So thanks everyone, and hopefully I'm going to see most of us on the journey. Hopefully. So for now, the recording will be made available on the WhatsApp group if you're on our WhatsApp group. If not, also it will be available on our YouTube channel at Learn with Pride. Just search for Learn with Pride on YouTube. By tomorrow, it will be available on there as well. So on behalf of myself and Learn with Pride and the entire team, thanks for your time. Thanks for taking your time to join today's session. And hopefully we can make it a reality, you know, and you to come on our session to come and testify to your 300, 400 pounds per day or 75,000 per day, per annum. So thanks everyone. Have a good weekend.
All right. You said the course is starting on the 24th.
23rd.
Okay, you are going to create a group now so that we'll be updated, so our mind will not skip it.
No. Since I have your number, don't worry about that.
Okay, no.
Don't worry about that.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night, everyone.
And you too. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Yeah.